Hello everyone, I hope you and your loved ones are all safe and well. As requested, please find a wee video version of the letter that I sent out yesterday. Like the letter, you can skip past the bits that you don't want to listen to. For example, if you've only got an S1 child and you don't want to listen to the stuff about the SQA, just fast forward that bit, it'll be fine. You may wish to listen to it all though, it's not that long. So, key question, when are the pupils returning to school? Well, since I wrote to you the last last Sunday, a further announcement's been made by the First Minister, Nicola Sturgeon, on our children returning to school, and I attached a link to that statement in the letter. However, in summary, the First Minister confirmed that when it is considered safe that they'll be allowed a phased return, some of our children will return beginning on the 22nd of February. A full-time return of early learning children, those in the nursery and those needing childcare for all children below school age will occur. There will be a full-time return to school for all the pupils in primaries 1 to 3, and there will be a part-time return, albeit on a limited basis for senior phase pupils, to allow in-school practical work that's necessary for the completion of national qualification courses. I've mentioned before that our block timetable already allows us to accommodate blended learning without any undue concern. It was deliberately designed back in the summer to accommodate this eventuality. But having said that, there are still many details to be ironed out. With such a limited return, we need more guidance, and that will be forthcoming from the government on the 15th of February, and that will help shape the next stage in our planning. And I'll tell you more about that after the February break. Now, moving on to the SQA, a very important subject at this time, because I'm aware that the SQA qualifications will be at the forefront of all our senior pupils and their parents' minds, because there's been considerable uncertainty nationally with regards to these assessments and what will happen in August with certification. However, I wish to reassure all our young people and their families that we are putting together a plan to ensure that every pupil obtains the results that they deserve for their efforts and their hard work throughout the whole of the year. The SQA have recently released specific subject guidance for all the subjects which our teachers are using to plan for their approach to assessment. And for the time being, this message is coming out from the SQA that it's time to focus on learning and teaching and not assessment. Assessment will come in due course. As long as we have sufficiently covered the required course content, and we're doing that just now, and we'll do it with these practical subjects when they come back, then we'll be ready for provisional results on the 18th of June. And to accommodate that, much of the assessment will happen after Easter. So there's plenty of time, so please don't worry. It's also important to mention that whilst this school year has been very different for our senior pupils, it's normal for them to feel some degree of anxiety with regards to SQA assessments and results anyway. Indeed, this was a feature of school life prior to COVID-19. It's a natural part of growing up and developing resilience. However, if you or your child feels that they're struggling with exam pressures, please contact PT Guidance in Oban or Mary Forbes of Fitz in Tyree. They'll both be happy to give you any advice that you need. Having reached the half-time break, or the half-term break even, may I take the opportunity to thank all the staff in our schools and our local authority staff who support us so well for all the hard work and commitment that they're showing. My thanks and respect is also due to the parents who have encouraged their children to engage to amazingly high standards, given the difficult times we face. And may I congratulate all the children who get up each morning for school, who crack on with the learning opportunities we provide, and who are coping well with all the changes that we're throwing at them. Course options now. S2 into S3 option interviews begin with guidance and supported by Mary and staff in Tyree as well. These will continue after the holidays. Pupils and parents have also made good use of the individual Skills Development Scotland advice that we've been issuing and is available on the website and through support by SDS staff coming to both Oban and Tyree. And our pupils in Oban and Tyree also attended I Can Do Anything, an online careers and options event And my thanks to the staff at Dunoon Grammar and Skills Development Scotland for organising such a useful and highly engaging day for our young people in Oban and Tiree. S2 into S3 option forms should be submitted by the 22nd of February, and the link for the form and their elective booklets can be found on the school app if it's in Oban, and it will be available in Tiree from Mary. The S3 into S4 options, interview times and choice forms will be emailed out to everyone after the holidays, and their interviews will begin on Monday the 22nd of February, with the senior options then beginning on the 8th of March. Google Classrooms have been set up to ensure that pupils and parents can access all the information and help they will need with this process, and the codes have been issued and will be issued once again. Again, if you've got any questions, if you're in the senior phase in Tiree, contact Mary via the email, and if it's in Oban, please use the Contact Us page or contact the guidance teacher directly. Now, moving on from that subject, there's another very important topic, which is careers. We refer to it as developing the young workforce. It's a national initiative. During the current COVID pandemic, DYW, developing the young workforce, has never been more relevant. The group that have been identified as being most impacted by the economic problems that have incurred from the pandemic are the 16 to 24-year-olds. The attached resources that I put in the letter that I'd ask you to go and jump into, that were created by DYW Scotland and Education Scotland, are full of useful links that will help parents and pupils think about a whole load of different resources, a whole load of different careers that they probably never even thought of that are out there. So please click on the links that we've provided for you. Now the next bit is just for the Tiree Nursery. Firstly, we'd like to say a big thank you to both parents and children during this difficult time. We've really enjoyed talking to you about each week, hearing about the children's stories and learning while the nursery's been closed. And we also really appreciate all the photographs that's been sent to us and shared on the school's Facebook page. The photographs will go into their learning journey, and that will support their ongoing learning when we return to the nursery. And that will not be too far off, I'm hoping. Ishbel Campbell, our nursery teacher, has provided a weekly live Gaelic book bug session that some of the children have been attending, and this has been a great opportunity for the children to hear Gaelic through conversation, stories and songs. So thanks very much, Ishbel, and thanks very much for all the youngsters and their families taking part. Weekly planning activities have been uploaded onto the Nursery Google Classroom, and we hope that this has been beneficial and an aid to you all. We hope also that you have a restful and fun February break, and when we look forward to welcoming you back into the Nursery Google Classroom after the break, and then back into the nursery setting on February the 22nd if we get that go ahead all safe. And now for our primary pupils and parents. We're extremely proud of how well our pupils have adapted to online learning, and would like to extend a warm thank you to the parents and carers for a great deal of support with this. All the primary pupils have had the opportunity to join daily live sessions where they're able to connect with their peers and their teachers, and pupils have been provided with literacy and numeracy lessons daily, along with lessons from other curricular areas. Across the school, the pupils have enjoyed many social studies topics, learning about Burns and Chinese New Year so far this term. After the February break, we'll begin our new science topic with a focus on living things, plants. We're so impressed with the effort and the level of engagement, and we're enjoying seeing the wonderful work that's been uploaded to Google Classroom so far. Parents and pupils are reminded though to contact their class teacher if they're worried about any aspect of the home learning or they need support, or alternatively they can contact the school through the inquiries email address. You should know what that is by now, and you can find it on the website. How do we know how well we're doing? Last week we issued questionnaires to all our staff, our pupils and our parents in Oban and Tiree, and I attached the links to the video presentations we made in that letter. It's on YouTube though. You can just Google Oban High School or Tiree High School and Tiree Primary School's YouTube pages, and you can find them there. I would encourage you to watch them. Findings from both the schools are there because we teach back and forth between our schools. Each has a summary at the end. You should feel free to scroll through the sections you don't want to watch. They're not that long, but they are very informative. Finally, support is available for anyone that asks for it. Please remember to contact your child's guidance teacher if you're in Oban, or Miss Forbes if it's secondary in Tyree, or Miss Coleman if it's primary. Or just use the contact us links. They're available on the website and in all the letters that we send out each week. I hope you have a good week ahead. I hope you have a lovely holiday, and to our children in particular, please enjoy a week of rest. Try and stay off the screens, you've been on them long enough, and enjoy the time with your family and your friends whenever that's possible. Have a good holiday, everyone.